Welcome to another Enjoying Art watercolor lesson. Today we're going to paint the girl in the beach. For our member of enjoyingart.com, I'm looking forward to seeing you in our fun and relaxing Friday painting together. If this is your first time to our channel, it's all about making art easy with relaxation. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. First, let me tell you the brushes that I'm using. I only use two brushes. One is a flat brush. It's gold here. Okay. Take care of the brush. Just use the two fingers. Right. Just softly massage it every time before you start using it. Okay. Now, the hair very soft. Also remove all the bubble, all the air inside the brush here. Now the brush is ready to use. That's very sharp over here, very organized. And this is the calligraphy brush. The calligraphy brush can use for medium and small shapes. And the tip is very sharp, so it's very easy to control. I already did the simple drawing and applied the masking fluid. If you want to know how to use masking fluid, you can take a look at this video and I will walk you through the process of how to apply the masking fluid to the paper. The spring is here, the summer is coming soon again. I'm sure you also like to paint the beach. In your comment, please let me know what would you like to paint and what are your challenges so I can plan my future lessons. Let's start with this flat brush. Okay, I'm going to start from the background. This color mostly is a winter blue-green shade. I'm going to take that color from here. Take a look at that. That looks pretty close. I'm going to take a little bit more water. Here you go. A little bit more. And start from here all the way to the right side. Watercolor painting process can be very, very simple. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with here. I'm gonna take a look at, there is some white sparkle shape on the top of the wave here. I want to leave that. Take a look before you go on. Okay, that's good. So this is the foundation color for the top area. That's good. Now I'm going to start painting the area down over here because I don't want this color to merge into the top too quickly. So I'm going to take a look at this color. The whole group color over here, the contrast is very minimal. So I'm going to take a look. This color looks like I have a little bit more a winter blue red shade. I'm going to take this color. And also have a little gray color. So I'm going to take a little red mixed with this color together. So this is good. It's very much the color. I need a little bit lighter. So add a little bit more water to it. And this is good. Start with the large brush. It avoids you to look too much into the details. And let me put the color over here. A little color here. You see that? I just use the side of the brush. Take a look at how big the area is going to be. And in the reflection, we will also going to use lifting techniques. And it's okay. If it's a little bit too dark, we can lift it up in the next step. Okay. And now get to the front over here. And you're going to have a little bit more and more of the red color, which is look a little bit more like a brownish. You get a little bit yellow too, because that is the sand color. So I'm going to take this color, put it right here. See that? It's very easy to analyze and figure out the color. Yeah, here you go. If you need a little help with mixing colors, just look at the lessons in the watercolor basics. And it's called how to mix colors. I'm going to add a little blue color on the bottom over here, and the color, and now it changes to a little bit more blue on this side. And here you go, a little bit more like that. This is good. I'm gonna add this color a little bit, just a little bit on the top over here. That's fine. And we're gonna come back to do the second time. Okay, that's just good. Now I'm gonna come back on the top over here. Have a little bit more blue, so I'm gonna take a little bit more blue over here, like that. And now take a look. That's a good timing. I'm gonna put it right here, and the top is start drying. So very soon I'm gonna connect this color to this color. So in the printing in watercolor process is very important because the timing is very important as well. Let me know your challenge with watercolor and watercolor painting of beach scene, and I can plan it our future lessons. Okay, now coming up over here, just use the corner of this brush. I'm gonna use just the left side corner, the right side corner, and take a look. You don't want to make everywhere so dark. Okay, so only make some area dark, like the top over here a little bit darker, this area a little bit darker, and also take a look at what composed that color, that light or dark color. Okay, here's good. Just use the corner. So far, that's good. Like that, coming up over here. Here you go. Now I'm going to use the side of this brush. Keep going, coming up, coming down over here, but don't want to cover the whole thing. And I'm going to take a look, have a little bit more blue. Here you go. Maybe a little bit red in here. That's good. If you already have this brush, but you feel kind of like it doesn't really listen to you as much as you're looking at me controlling this brush, and the chances that you haven't prepared this brush enough, and just look at my preparation videos a couple of times more and follow the step, you can do it. Okay, a little bit like that. That's good. Now the top over here is still a little wet. That's good. Just looking for the shapes, okay, the small simple shapes, right? Okay, now this is good. Now I'm gonna connect the color on the top over here, and this color almost dry. If it's not dry, it's just fine. How I'm gonna mix this color, and this color, it will be the Windsor blue green shade plus some yellow color. Now I'm gonna take the yellow color, the Windsor yellow, and if you want to take a look at exactly the color that I'm using, just take a look at the video description. It has a link to the materials. I'm gonna take this color over here, like that. Oh, this is a beautiful color. If you think this is a little too bright, and then add a little red color to it, let's put this color here first. Okay, like that. Definitely a little bit too light, a little bit more too bright. So I'm going to get a little bit blue color in here and get a little bit red, which is the complementary color. Okay, now I'm going to put this color in here. Here you go, like that. Just use the corner, leave some white shape in the top, like that, and have a little bit more blue. Need to be okay. Good. Keep going. Just use the corner. Use the big brush, just like you're using a small brush. Just leave that a little light shape, speckling white on the top. Okay, like that. It's good. Tap, tap. It's very easy to do that. And here you go. Now I'm going to keep going over here. This is a bigger shape over here. I'm going to capture that as, ooh, here you go. There's some small shape, some light shape over there. And using masking fluid sometimes really helpful. You don't want to keep using masking fluid even when it's just not necessary, right? Okay, coming over here. The masking fluid is help you to isolate some, especially the focal point objects, and so that you can paint the background, control the overall colors before you spend the exclusive attention into the main object. Okay, keep it over here. Like Now coming down a little bit on the top over here, I can also put a little bit blue color like that. That's good. Keep a little bit white shape sparkling on the edge over here. Oh, that's good. Now the color start changing, right? Okay. Now I'm going to take the little bit more water in here, so it will be lighter. And now I'm going to get a little bit more yellow, a little bit more red. Here you go. Now this color is coming down over here. Now changing the color, a little bit more water. Just tap in the water, add a little bit water. That's good. Now take a look again and pay attention. The process in the painting is very important. Okay. Just add a little bit more blue. That's good. Now come in here. You see, you don't need to rush. You don't have to panic. Okay. Just look and analyze it and follow the step by step. And that's good. And over here, just the corner of that. That's good, like that. Now I'm going to change to a little bit more of the Windsor blue red shade. Now it's closer to this color, right? Okay, a little bit. That's good. Now take a look at this color. And painting the feeling is sometimes, and most of the time, is more important than painting the likeness. So spend the time on thinking about how you feel, the feeling when you are on the beach. I'm going to take a little bit more blue color. Here you go. Follow. Okay, like this, a little bit lighter. Now here you go. Now I'm going to connect this color over. Oh, almost done. Right? I'm going to come in over here. This brush can soften the color that's already on the paper. It's very easy. I'm going to come in over here like that. That's good. Now, roughly, I already have the color in this area. I'm going to have a little bit red. This looks like a little bit gray. So I'm going to take a little red and having mixed with the blue color. Okay. Here you go. The idea of mixing those colors is not just for watercolor. You can use the same thinking for color mixing for other medium as well. It's very much the same. The color I'm using is very minimum. If you control the minimum color palettes, you can, of course, add other color to it. It's very easily. It just make it easier and more convenience. Okay, that's good. Now put this color over there and over here. Now I'm going to soften the color. So what I'm going to do, just remove the excess water and just going to soften that. You see how convenient when you're using a large brush. Okay. And take a look over here. I'm going to make this a little bit softer too. Okay, that's good. A little bit. Move that a little bit. And make that a little bit softer here too. Okay. And I'm going to lift up a little color on the top over here. So I don't want this small shape to look a little bit too solid. And that's good. The top over here. Soften that a little bit. Okay. That actually already good. And now I can come down over here. I'm going to do a little softening. I'm going to just, if you plan it well, you don't actually need to stop your painting process or waiting for it to be dry, because the paint usually dry in 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to change my brush to the calligraphy brush. I only use the 2 brushes because that's all we actually need. We don't need other brushes. These brushes can act as a medium brush and as well as the very tiny details. Okay, and the other brush, you can see that taking care of all the big shapes, the big areas, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to set some soft details on the top over there. And take a look at what color is it. It's actually similar to this color. So I'm going to take a little bit more Winsor blue green shade color. And I'm going to add a little bit more water. I don't need to be so dark. Okay, take a look. I'm going to start over here and push it down. And then lift it up. It's very easy to paint the feeling of the wave like that. The shape is very simple. Take a look, analyze it, and make a decision. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more water. Open up the brush a little bit more. Here you go. I'm going to put it down and lift it up. Very simple. And somewhere have a little bit less, like on the top over here. I'm going to give it a little bit more like this, a little bit darker. Here you go. Put it down and move it a little bit. If you think the shape is a little bit too clear, and you can soften that after it dries. Okay, and then over here, a bit like that. So very soon we finish the painting of the overall color and the overall composition, and which is the wave, the beach, all those are very important. The majority colors, the majority contrast is not in the person. And the person, we're going to do that very soon. Okay. Here you go. In your mind, you just separate it and two different processes. I'm going to take this color a little bit. Okay, take a look. Is there anything else you to add to it? Okay, I think the ocean over there looks pretty good. Now I'm going to come back to give it a little bit more detail. This is almost dry, right? So I'm going to take this color, have a little bit more blue. I'm going to have a little bit darker with a little blue color over here. I'm going to start moving that color in here. You see that? Looks pretty good. And seeing the form of the wave is very interesting and simple. Okay, that looks really good. Over here, give it a little bit more. Like that. Lots of people still saying it. You cannot change much in watercolor. When you put it down to the paper, it's done. And no, in fact, you can do a lot again and again if you have the right tool, if you have the right process. Okay, and especially most important is in your mind actually controlling you not to try it, right? So try the new process. A little bit feeling of the brown color. I'm going to take the red into here. That's good. A little bit very light. Take a look. A little very light. Okay, I'm going to start painting in here. That's very light. That's the reflection. And also the shadow of this wave right at the front. And usually the object in front of us, they deserve a little bit more details, a little bit more contrast. And that's what we are going to do to this area. I'm going to have that a little bit more. So when you think about the colors, it's important to think is warm, cooler, and what's just warmer, and of course have a little bit more red and yellow color, right? A little bit cooler, there will be blue, right? And also, even more important, every color you have to think about how dark is that color, right? So that's good. We can have some nice detail on the bottom over here. I'm trying to mix the color on the top over here for the details. Take a little bit blue. And now a little bit red. Okay, that's good. Right, that's good. Add a little bit water. Okay, now next to her, that's just the catch the shadow. I'm gonna have that. Okay, now I have a little bit more yellow, a little bit brighter right under. Okay, now change it a little bit more red. And have a little bit lighter like that. That's good. Have the detail. Add it to just a little darker shape. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker again over here. Just adjusting that's her catch the shadow. That's good. Now I'm gonna change it to that a little bit blue color. Mix with this red mixture. Okay, now here you go. Now I'm gonna come back over here. See, this is the top. Oh, that's definitely too dark. So I'm gonna have a little bit more water. Here you go. Have a little details. This area actually have the shape look like a little bit yellow and a little bit yellowish brown color on the top over here. Look at that. Look at the color. Look at how light, how dark is it. Now here you go. Okay, now the whole paper already dried. I'm just going to use my finger to remove the masking fluid. Now we're painting into the main object. I'm using this calligraphy brush. Now we're going to apply the lighter area. I'm going to take a look at, take the red, mostly warm color. Take the red color, put it over here. And have a little yellow color and what looks like a little orange color. That's good. And let's see. That's very much the color we need. I'm going to paint it into here. I'm going to leave the lightest area. And that's the light area color at the top. I'm going to keep that right over here. Take a look. Paint for the light area. Even though we only paint the light color to the light area, but you want to paint to the whole shape of the arm. That's good. And we're going to paint the next color on top of it. It will look more natural. Right over here. Take a look at that. The hand right here. I'm going to leave a little light color on the edge. That's good. Like that. You see how easy now? Because we already have the whole background already finished. And now we're coming in here. Take a look. Keep going. And take this color again for the shape over here on the back. And take a look at the top over here. And this area have a little bit light shape. I'm gonna keep it there. And now I'm gonna leave that highlight right here. Highlight. That's good. Take a look. Here you go. Okay, that's good. And now I'm gonna continue. Actually, have a little bit more yellow color mixed into here because I see that on the hip over here is a little bit more yellowish. So I'm gonna have this color over here. Have a little light over there, and the clothing, the swimming shoes is darker than the skin color, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, now I'm gonna mix a little bit darker color. I'm gonna take the red and with the blue color. That's too blue, right? So I'm gonna get a little bit more red color. That's good. A little bit more red and a little bit more red. That's good. Now I'm gonna add some yellow color to it. Okay, here you go. Now this very much the color we need. Let's start this color from their hair. When you're painting the head, you make sure that you're aware of the head is rounded, right? Okay, that's good. Like that. Now be careful. The neck down over here is still wet, so I'm gonna leave enough space for that. Okay, like that. Leave a little detail. Here you go. Come back a little bit later. Now, on this side, I'm gonna mix a little bit more yellow color to it. Let's let go some of this color by add a little water into it. Take a little yellow color and a little red color, and that is will be lighter version. I'm gonna come back here. There you go. Now need a little bit more water. There you go. This needs to be lighter. But aware of the local color of this area. It's not just white color, it's not actually white. It's just a little light brown color. Okay, here you go. Have a little bit of color over here. Now connect it to this area, almost the shoulder. Okay, I'll come back to do more of that, or the head a little bit later. Okay, let it dry and come back to do a little bit more. Now I'm gonna continue taking this color, and I think need a little bit more yellow. Okay, like that. That's for the majority areas of the body. Okay, if this is already dry, I can put the color over here. It's not totally dry, so I'm gonna leave that. Come back a little bit later. I'm gonna coming down all the way over here under the arm. Here you go. Now look at that. The hand, everything in the shadow is using this color. Okay, here you go from here. So you can see the difference between the light and the shadow. It's totally different colors. Okay, different value, most important. Okay, if you don't have enough value contrast, you would not going to create the dimension. Okay, here you go. That's good. Now on the shoulder over here, I'm going to leave the area for the light area. Okay, so you suggest properly the form of the body. Okay, that's good. The back over here, that's good. Now I can also add this color to the arm. That's good. Like that. And here you go. Keep going. And this is the shadow area. Here you go. That's good. I'm gonna add a little bit dark this color, small shape into that. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna continue at the color. Keep looking for the shape, and I can come back here to lift up a little color with the calligraphy brush after the areas dry. Okay, it's good. Okay, go coming out a little bit, and this the hand. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna just take this same color, just continue coming down the rest of the shadow area. Okay, now down over here, I'm just going to use a little bit water. Okay, make it a little bit lighter and pick this color that is for the light area. First pink, I'm gonna have a little bit brighter, just yellow and red, so a little bit more like orange color. I'm gonna put this color here first, and I'm going to paint the darker shadow next to it a little bit later. Okay, like this. Paint the whole thing with this color. Okay, on the other side, we also have this very much the same color on the light area. Okay, like that. That's good. Put this color all the way here for the whole shape, and then we're gonna wait and come back to paint the little darker color in the shadow. Now I actually have a little bit red down over here. Just take the red color, put it in here. Like that. A little red color. That's fine. Like that. And I'm gonna wait until it dries before I return. Now what I want, I can come back to here. Now it's already dry. That's pretty easy. First, I'm gonna make a little bit of this color into the light areas. Not really just white. It's just a little light color. So, and then we can come back here after this dry to put the darker details into it. Right, that's pretty good. And the face, make it a little bit darker, like that. And that's good. Now take a look at the arm. I'm gonna have a little bit red right here on the transition. Beautiful. And a little bit transition over here, like that. That's good. I'm going to take a look at an outside. I can create the edge a little bit better by having a very tiny of this color. Now take a look at an outside over there. Here you go. Now make better suggestions. I also soften this area, make the transition a little bit better. Okay, a little bit red and yellow. I'm gonna put that in here, a little bit brighter, a little bit red. There you go, that's good. And take a look at the edge over here. Now making this main object much more beautiful. Now I'm gonna take a look at inside over here. I'm gonna make a little bit the shoulder here a little bit darker, right? And come and take a look on this side, and a little turn this also a little bit darker, and like that. That's good. And also on the shoulder over here a little bit darker coming up, and this area I also have a little bit darker color, so it create the form more convincing. Okay, a little light. There's the catch the shadow of the hair on the shoulder. Okay, that's good. All right, now I'm gonna blend this color softly coming down over here. That's good. And I'm also going to add a little bit more orange color into this area. I'm going to soften this first. And now take the yellow and the red color. There you go, a little bit more red. Okay, like that. You only need a very little color, so see that? Now this color, a little bit warmer. That's good, like that. That's good. Now I'm going to give a little suggestions to the arm. After the hand, I'm going to first paint a little darker color here. That's good. All you need to see is what color is that. Okay, this. And under here has a little bit darker around, because even a little bit darker shadow. That's good. All you need to see is what color, what value, how big is the shape. Right, that's good. In the back, in the middle over here, the spine have a little bit darker color coming down over here, like that. And now I can return back to the top over here. See that that's just already dry. Now I'm gonna just put a little bit darker color here. Here you go. Like that. Now good time to return back to the head. Before I return back to the head, I can take care of the legs down over here. So I'm going to take this color, separate the left side and the right side, and start over here. That's good. Now keep going. There you go. Now we can separate the light side from the shadow side. Okay, here you go. Now this side and the shadow side. Like that. Here you go. Now I'm gonna. This color also have some little warm feeling, so I'm gonna have a little bit red over here. See that? This little red. Okay, on the other side, also have a little bit darker color on this side. Okay, here you go. Now coming down over here, now at the bottom have a little bit more blue color. Here you go. Now I'm going to use this color to make separate that little light shape from the leg. That's good. Wow, now the leg is almost good. Okay. And now we return back to the top. Now we're going to mix these colors very, very dark. Just get the blue and get the red, right? That's very, very dark color. A little bit more red. Here you go. Okay. Now I'm going to come back, take a look at the shadow side of the hair. Here you go. Now I'm going to add that much deeper. So make the head looks more rounded. There you go. And some details, and also a little here, also the swimming suit and the tight at top over here. A little bit detail. Let's make it look very good. And a little bit over here too. A little bit dark color over here. Now you can have the feeling the head is rounded now. Okay. Now we're gonna set the same color for the swimming suit on the top over here. I'm gonna take a look here. And first paint the shape on this side. Right here. That's good. And take a look. And I'm gonna paint one line from here all the way to the other side. Put it here first. And then around here, I'm gonna finish the shape here. And then you can change the details if you want. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna move it a little bit to the center. Okay, another piece coming down. That's good. And now we'll come to the pants. Okay, coming here. Come out a little bit. Okay, that's good. Now from this side all the way Coming to the other side. I'll leave a little light shade. Okay, like that. That's good. Now wrap around this shape. Okay, coming from there all the way here. That's good. Now take a look at from here. I just pinned it into a little bit this almost straight line. Okay, now I'm gonna change the color to be a little bit lighter. At this time, we can paint the reflection. So I'm gonna get a little bit yellow and red and mix into this color. Right, this is pretty good. A little bit more yellow. So get this color. That's right, a good color. Now I'm gonna take a look over here. Start over here. Yeah, a little simple shape. And over here too. Add a little reflection of the color. Now coming down over here. Here you go. I'm just painted the reflection. Add a little bit darker over here. Need a little bit darker color. Just with the light and dark color, and make a nice suggestions that is the person standing over there, and a little bit smaller shape. Okay, a little bit more smaller shape like that. Okay, this is good. I'm going to use a little bit of this color, but it's not this dark. I'm going to add a little details to the wave on the bottom over here. Okay, here you go, like that. And the top over here. I'm going to reshape this a little bit better. And in the shadow side of the whole upper body, I'm going to make it even a little bit warmer, a little bit darker. Right? Just put this color in here. Make a stronger contrast. Okay, like that. That's good. And then on this here, so I can suggest it the toning, and then like that. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to give a little bit soft transition on the top over here. And then this painting is finished.